Welcome to the January 10, 2024 regular meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 5 p.m. Prior to roll call, I would like to make clear for the record that the open session portion of this board meeting will be conducted pursuant to the Brown Act's teleconferencing provisions. Director Mike Krieger is located at 5000 CA-75 Coronado, California 92118. I will now call the meeting to order and take roll. Director John DeMonico.
Present.
Director Tom Howie.
Here.
Director Mike Krieger is present.
Correct. He is present via teleconference.
Thank you. Vice President Sarah Ramos-Evinger.
Present.
And myself, President Harvey Luke, present. Board members, please make sure when you comment your microphones are on. Remember to talk directly into the microphones. Board of Directors will meet in closed session to discuss the following items. Public Employee Performance Evaluation pursuant to Government Code Section 54957, Title Fire Chief. Conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6, Agency Designated Negotiator, President Harvey Luth, Title Fire Chief. Do we have any public comments on the closed session item?
We have no request to speak.
Thank you. I will now adjourn the open session to closed session. We will return to open session at 6 p.m. We'll now reopen to open session. Director Mike Krieger confirming that you are on the line and you can hear us. Also that you are calling in from the teleconference location listed on the agenda, 5000 CA-75 Coronado, California 92118.
That's correct.
Thank you. Welcome to the January 10 regular board meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 6:02 p.m. and we will now begin the meeting and take roll. Director DeMonico.
Here.
Director Howie.
Here.
Director Krieger.
Here.
Vice President Ramos-Evinger.
Present.
And myself, President Luth here. Legal counsel, please report out a closed session.
Thank you, President Luth. So there is no reportable action from the two listed closed session items that were read into the record before the board adjourned at 5 p.m. However, the board will be reconvening to closed session at the end of the open session component of this evening, and that will be for those same agendized closed session items listed.
Thank you. Now I'd ask you all please stand and join me in the flag salute and remain standing for the invocation. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. Let's pray. Dear Father, we just thank you for this day, Lord, that you've given us, Father, another beautiful day, Lord. I want to lift up tonight's meeting, Father, that you would be in the midst of all conversations, Lord. I also want to lift up all of the firefighters here, Father, and their families, Father, that you would put a hedge of protection over their families, Lord. And all the first responders and firefighters that are working now, that you would protect them as they run their daily calls, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Clerk of the board, do we have any changes to the agenda?
No changes to the agenda.
Good.
First item on our agenda is presentations and announcements. Tonight, we have Employee Service Awards, 30 years of service, and we invite Captain Jeff Brady to please come forward.
Captain Jeff Brady is a 30-year veteran of the Chino Valley Fire District. Jeff grew up in the city of Chino and graduated from Chino High School. He attended the Mount Sac Fire Technology Program from 1991 to 1994, as well as attended their fire academy. Jeff started his career with the district in January of 1992 as a student worker, which is now called the Support Services Technician. In December of 1993, Jeff was hired as a full-time firefighter. During his tenure with the fire district, Jeff has served 12 years as a member of the executive board of the Chino Valley Professional Firefighters Local 3522, in which he was a treasurer. Jeff is currently a member of the USAR team and participates in the Apparatus and Equipment Committee as chairman. Jeff resides in the city of Chino with his wife, Julie. Jeff and Julie have two grown children, Sierra, 30, and Connor, 22. In his off time, Jeff enjoys traveling and spending time with his family. Congratulations, and thank you for your 30 years of service to the Chino Valley Fire District, Jeff.
I know every time I come up here, I say this one's really special, but again, they're all pretty special. But Jeff and I actually went to the fire academy together, and even more than that, I didn't even know Jeff at the time, and he ended up becoming my carpool buddy because we were both from Chino. So I appreciate many years of friendship. Jeff was one of those guys that was pretty much well ahead of the rest of us in that group, and always looking to Jeff, at least at the academy, for pointers, and he was already an explorer here, and he was well beyond many of us. So Jeff, thank you very much. Julie, thank you very much for allowing us to have Jeff. Don't let him fool you. He's got a steel trap. I'd come to work and I'd say, hey, Jeff, he's like, you don't remember that? You don't remember that? I'm like, no, Jeff, I don't remember that. Jeff doesn't forget anything. He remembers how to get certain places, back roads. He's been in this town a long time. So anyway, Jeff, we appreciate you and thank you for your 30 years.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hold this.
Thank you, guys.
Next, we have a retirement recognition, and we invite Captain Pete Morales to please come forward.
Captain Pete Morales is a dedicated individual with a remarkable 30-year career at the Chino Valley Fire District. Pete and his wife Mina reside in the city of Upland, and they have 2 children, Pete and Alexandra. Pete's journey toward his successful career began with a strong focus on education. In 1988, he attended the Mount Sac Fire Academy, and in 1991, he pursued EMS courses at Crafton Hills College. Pete then earned his associate's degree in fire sciences from Columbia Southern University in 2011. Before joining the Chino Valley Fire District, Pete was a paid reserve firefighter in the city of Laverne while also working for Crippen Ambulance in 1989. His journey with Chino Valley Fire began in 1991 as part of the district's inaugural reserve firefighter program, eventually securing a position as a firefighter paramedic in 1993. Throughout his tenure with the fire district, Pete has been deeply involved in enhancing the training and capabilities of fellow firefighters. He served as a valuable member of the training cadre, contributing to the development of training videos aimed at assisting firefighters in their careers. Additionally, Pete also was an instructor in hose and ladders for the department's academies. He also served for a decade on the uniform committee. Pete served as a TLO, Terrorist Liaison Officer, and was an integral part of the Homeland Security Committee, contributing to the district's preparedness and response efforts. He is a member of the USAR, which is Urban Search and Rescue Team, and the HAZMAT team, ensuring the district's ability to handle complex and challenging situations. Beyond his professional life, Pete enjoys spending quality time with his family, playing the guitar, and playing softball against other fire department teams. Thank you, Captain Morales, for more than 30 years of service, and the Chino Valley Fire District wishes you the very best in your retirement.
So again, right, I'm gonna say this is another special one for me, like they all are. Pete and I have had the opportunity to both work in another organization in Orange County Fire, and Pete had made his way back here, and then I came here for my first time about 6 months after. So I had a chance to work with Pete, and we worked out at Station 4, made lots of training videos together, and Pete's the real deal. He's a good friend. However, if you ever want to know something particular, Pete will get into research about how to swing a bat or how to do this, that, and the other thing. And so if you ever want to know something really strange, just call Pete. He's done all the research on it. So, but Pete, we appreciate you. Congratulations on your retirement. We'll all look to get there and join you soon. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Nina and the family, for sharing them with us for all these years. Thank you.
Thank you, family.
Sure, yeah.
Got a family?
Yeah, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay,
and,
perfect.
For pictures and, okay?
Great.
Well, we'll reconvene the meeting.
The next item on our agenda is public communication. This is the time and place for the general public to address the Board of Directors about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. The public may address items on the agenda at the time addressed by the board. Due to board policy and Brown Act requirements, action may not be taken on any issue not on the agenda. When you address the board, please state your name and address prior to making your remarks. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. I have no written request to speak. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board under public communications? Seeing none, the next item on the agenda is liaison reports to the fire district. I invite up Mayor Pro Tem Karen Comstock from the city of Chino.
Thank you, Ms. Willis. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good afternoon, Chief, staff, command staff, members of the board. First in order is a Happy New Year and congratulations to President Luth and Vice President Evan Ramos. Congratulations on your new leadership roles. Tonight, I'm here to talk to you about a few things we'd like to invite you to participate in the city of Chino and share information on some of the following things we have going on. First thing is City Hall on the move. Do your schedule and family commitments prevent you from participating in Chino City Council meeting? Well, now Chino City Hall is on the move and it's coming to you. I know this is what you've been waiting for. I mean, above Tulsa King and everything, right? So nobody laughs at my jokes. It's just terrible up here. Our popular City Hall on the Move, which brings city council and staff to a public location near you, has a few upcoming dates. Saturday, January 13th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's going to be located at the Albertsons, located at 12013 Central Avenue. And then Saturday, January 20th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Stater Brothers, located at 4721 Riverside Drive. We will have representatives at the ready to answer your questions about city services and programs. City management and elected officials will also be available to discuss any topics of interest, including something very important to the city of Chino, Measure V, which will be on the March 5th, 2024 ballot. Please drop by to ask questions, receive information, and other free goodies. Additional City Hall on the Move events are being scheduled throughout the year in each of the city's 4 districts. Chili Chino Snow Day. We invite you to be the first ever, to attend the first ever Chili Chino Snow Day. Step into a magical winter wonderland at Chili Chino Snow Day, taking place on January 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Ala Park Operations Center. Embrace the joy of the winter season as you and your family indulge in a snow day filled with delightful activities and winter fun. Activities include sledding, snow play, snowman building, crafts, and food vendors. The event is Saturday, January 27th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Ala Park Operations Center, located at 14225 Central Avenue. The cost is $10 per person, and you can visit www.cityofchino.org/chilichino to register. By the way, this is becoming a very popular event, and it's quickly selling out. Facilities will be closed in the city of Chino in observance of Dr. Martin Luther King. The city of Chino wishes to inform its residents and visitors that in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. Day, City Hall and most city facilities will be closed on January 15th, 2024. Normal operations will resume on Tuesday, January 16th. The city of Chino is also seeking public input on the final draft of our Americans with Disabilities Act transition plan. The city has completed a final draft of the Americans with Disabilities Act transition plan. The plan addresses accessibility barriers in city buildings and parks, city programs, policies and procedures, and pedestrian facilities in the city's public right-of-way. The city will use this plan as a roadmap for improvements to ensure Chino's programs, services, and activities are accessible to people of all abilities. The final draft of the ADA transition plan is available for public review and can be accessed at www.cityofchino.org/ADA plan. The city is requesting public feedback, questions, or comments on the final draft through January 27, 2024, until 5 p.m. that day. Please provide any questions or comments or feedback to Lisa Alamidi, our accessibility coordinator, using the email or phone number provided on the City of Chino /ADA plan page. Last but not least, I'd like to talk about Measure V educational presentations. Chino residents who are interested in learning more about Measure V, the Chino Public Safety Roads and Essential Services Protection Measure that will be on the oncoming March 5th, 2024 ballot are invited to attend an upcoming Measure V educational presentation. Attendees will join city officials and community members in a detailed discussion about the objectives of Measure V for our community. This is an opportunity to engage with experts, ask questions, and learn how this measure will impact you and Chino's future. If you have any questions, you would like an educational presentation, a one-on-one meeting, or a presentation to a service club or a group of people, please call 909-334-3290. For more information on this, please visit www.cityofchino.org/Measure V. Just on a bit of a serious note about Measure V as well, when this was actually published in the paper, I don't always call my parents, who are kind of my litmus test for just things across the city. I'm not even sure that my dad was wanting to speak with me for about 2 weeks behind, the issue, because it does involve a full 1 cent sales tax increase. What I can say is, as a representative of the city, we're not trying to tell anybody how to vote on this measure. If you've read certain things lately where it's being published that we're trying to tell people how to vote on this, nothing could be further from the truth. I will say that when it comes to public safety, essential services and roads and our water resources in the city, what we're seeing now is the impact of these things in the future, not immediately us not being able to sustain our service levels moving forward. What I would say about that is, before you vote on this, please just get some information and be informed on what you're voting on. It's not my job to tell anybody how to vote, but it is my job in my current position as an elected official to talk about how we will sustain our current level of services moving forward into the future. Was a great city council in place for a long time that forecasted a vision for the city of Chino and what they wanted to deliver on, and they delivered on it. And now this council has to do the same into the next 10 or 15 or 20 years for the city of Chino. And with what we're going to look like in another 10 years at our maximum build-out, it's going to be important for us to have a serious conversation with our residents and the taxpayers and the voters about how they want our community to look in the future. So please, it's a democracy. You can vote however you want, but please, before you place this vote, because it's so important and so impactful to the future of our community, please understand what you're voting for. And if you'd like any information from me or any of our staff, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. That concludes my report tonight, and I'd be happy to answer any questions anybody may have. Okay, great. I'm going to exit stage left right here to my chair. Thank you, guys.
Next, we invite Vice Mayor Art Bennett from the city of Chino Hills.
Well, likewise, Happy New Year. Chief, Board President, Vice President, and staff. Hard act to follow, but I'm going to tell you what. People that don't vote are the part of the problem that we're having in the United States right now. This Measure B, that is an item that is very important to the city of Chino.
It's V for victory.
V for victory, yeah. I got to tell you that the city of Chino Hills is looking at it very closely to see how it is received in Chino. We have some likewise fiscal issues with subsidies that are being paid and coming out of reserves. So it's an important thing. But the main thing is, whenever you cast that vote, first of all, cast the vote, but do it, vet everything and all the issues and find out what things are about before you go doing that. So glad that you spent some time talking about that, because it's very, very important. Tonight, I will make this fairly brief. You each receive our PIO report. A couple things, though. We continue to have our blood drives. We have now low-income rate assistance for water customers. Anybody that's out there listening knows that if there is an issue there, that the city is in a position to be able to help out with that. As far as recreation news goes, likewise, we are going to be observing the Martin Luther King Jr. Day closures on Monday the 15th. And if you need to, trash services will not be interrupted or affected by this. We also have 10 utility boxes wrapped. I'm not sure if you've seen those within the city of Chino Hills, but people have submitted photographs, and they have made wraps of utility boxes and placed these throughout the city, and it's a lot better to look at than just a plain old painted utility box. So that's a real nice thing that dresses up the neighborhood. The most important thing I want to talk about tonight is the fact that, first of all, thank you to the chief and staff, and I know everybody from the board was there with the exception of Mike, and he had a good reason for being there. So Mike, we forgive you. I'm glad you're down by the beach, and it's a lot better than spending the night with us last night. it was a rather emotional evening, but the main thing that we were looking forward to in the night is our public hearing that happened, whereby we adopted a resolution approving the general plan amendment and site plan for the new fire station. So thank you, board and staff, for your patience with this. Jeremy, I know that you're gonna be really involved with the operation of actually getting this thing built. We look forward to the groundbreaking, this looking like it's gonna happen in April. We've got a date set, so, with that, keep up the good work. This is an just so essential that we have that gap filled, and it's gonna allow you to present your services, and facilitate and make the city of Chino Hills safer for its residents. And with the fires that have inched up on that very property, it's gonna be a great location for you, and, we're just happy to see it happen. It's only been, 7-8 years in the making, but we're so happy that it's doing that, and we're so happy as a city to be able to help fiscally with that endeavor for you guys. So with that, again, Happy New Year, and thank you very much.
Hey, Art,
Yes, sir.
excuse me one second. I don't see anybody here from the county. Is the mic's on, okay. I don't see anybody from the county, but I think they're having a shredding event in Chino Hills. The county is on the 27th. Is that right? Saturday?
Truthfully, I don't have that in front of me, but
Okay.
I think there is one coming up in Chino, because
Right, so-
they, as you know, they're all over the fourth district.
So county residents can bring 3 boxes, regular sized boxes to shred. It's gonna be at Chino Hills, right out here. You can go on the county website. And
Okay.
It's gonna be in your city, coming up in a couple of weeks, and I don't see anybody here from Hagman's office, but I just wanna make that.
Yeah, it looked like Suzette skipped tonight, so she had enough of our meeting last night.
I think she's out ill, so.
All right, take it. Yes, sir.
Thank you to you, the council. We are so excited.
President Luke, can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, thank you. Art, I just wanted to say thank you to you and the council for the vote last night. But also I want to let you know, even though I wasn't there, I did watch the entire Chino Hills Council meeting today on the video feed. So it was quite an evening, as we go.
You are a glutton for punishment, but thank you for letting me know in advance that you wouldn't be there, because it was good to know that everyone else was there, and I was just kind of wondering why you weren't, but I knew it had to be for a great reason. So enjoy the rest of your time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Next, we invite President Mark Bozek from the Chino Valley Fire Foundation.
Good evening, President Luth, members of the board, fire chiefs. Really, nothing to report. I just wanted to say thank you guys for a successful December, one of our busiest months for the foundation. We had a great Make a Child Smile event, an amazing Stuff to Boot event, senior deliveries, and we couldn't do it without the continuous support of the fire district and our staff and our members and the community. So thank you guys very, very much. Just to save the date event, we are working on the Beer Fest for the St. Patty's Day, which is gonna be March 9th here at the shops. And it's gonna be from 4 to 7. And I will report next month on more detail on that, but thank you guys very much.
Mark, one question.
Uh-huh.
In the car show, do we have a date for that yet?
The car show will be May, I believe May 18th.
May 18th?
Yep. And I'll be sending those flyers out soon too.
And next, Chair Charlie Blank, Fire Safe Council. Okay, that concludes our liaison reports. Oops, let's see. Yes, I don't believe we have any other liaisons present here tonight. Okay, that concludes our liaison reports. The next item is the consent calendar.
All right. Do we have any public comments on the consent calendar?
We have no request to speak.
All right. Board members wish to pull an item from the consent calendar for discussion? None? And
Make a motion.
Okay. We have a motion by Director Howie and a second by Director DeMonico. We'll need to do a roll call voice vote. So, Director DeMonico,
Yes.
Director Howie,
Yes.
Director Krieger,
Yes.
Vice President Ramos Evinger.
Yes.
And myself, yes. So the item carries 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is new business, item number 6. Board of Directors Annual Individual Membership Review. And the purpose is for the Board of Directors to review and approve individual annual memberships for board members in compliance with Board Policy 1090. And the report tonight is by me, Angela Robles, Cook of the Board. Board Policy 1090 encourages board member participation in associations, service clubs, and fraternal organizations. Furthermore, it authorizes the reimbursement of the direct and reasonable costs of said memberships upon the approval by the Board of Directors. In January of each year, the board is presented with a list of memberships for consideration. Included in tonight's agenda packet is a staff report with a list of the individual memberships. It is recommended that the board review and approve memberships in associations as presented. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Do we have any requests to speak?
We have no request to speak on this item.
Do any board members have any comments? For a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Director DeMonico, a second by Director Howie. And we'll again have to do a roll call voice vote. Director DeMonico.
Yes.
Director Howie.
Yes.
Director Krieger.
Yes.
Vice President Ramos Evinger.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Item carries 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item number 7, Fire District Board Member Compensation. Purpose is for the Board of Directors to review and discuss board member compensation, and I will also be giving that report tonight. Board Policy 1050 calls for the review and consideration of board member compensation at a regular meeting in January of an even-numbered year or soon thereafter to determine if any adjustments are appropriate. Outlined in the staff report are the references to state law and proposed schedule for adopting an ordinance if the board will consider an increase in board member compensation. The compensation is currently set at $175 per meeting, with a maximum number of compensable meetings or other days of service set at 10 days per month. As currently permitted by state law and policy, the maximum allowable increase per meeting could be $192.50 per meeting. If the board considers an increase, staff is seeking a motion for the amended per meeting amount. That amount will be included in the ordinance to be presented to the board for introduction and first reading on February 14th and second reading and adoption on March 13th. If adopted, the ordinance will take effect on July 1st, 2024, pursuant to Board Policy 1050. It is recommended that the board review, discuss, and provide direction to staff. This concludes my report. District Legal Counsel and I are available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any requests to speak?
There are no written requests to speak on this item.
Anybody else wish to speak? Okay. All right, any board comments?
I'll start off if you'd like me to.
Sure.
It's always uncomfortable with this conversation coming back to the board to give themselves a pay raise. But per board policy, we review this every 2 years, even though that we can do it every year. This is to curtail us from having, bypassing it for numerous years, then all of a sudden having a 20% proposed increase that perception-wise looks horrible. Cost of living has gone up dramatically with inflation over the last couple of years. Minimum wage is even going up dramatically this year and in the next few months with some sectors. There is a cost for doing this job for those of us that work for a living. I can tell you that almost all of my vacation time last year was spent at conferences. But it's what I love, and I wouldn't change that at all. But there is a cost to it. I am not in favor of the stacking 5% for a total 10% increase, but I am in favor for a 2.5% increase per year for a total of 5%. And that will be my recommendation in motion once everybody else has a chance to chime in.
Okay, any other comments?
Okay, I'll go ahead
Back to you.
and go. Okay,
All right.
Mike, I agree with you. As an individual who currently works full-time, I do burn a lot of my vacation time, and it's at my choice because I choose to serve the community in this capacity. But in the same, in the same side, as much as I love doing it, it has at time cost me, and I'm fine doing that, but I agree with the cost of living going up, et cetera, that I like what you proposed, the 2%, you said over the next 2 years, correct? If that's what I understood properly? So
Yeah,
2%.
well, 2.5 plus 2.5, because
Yeah.
we can do 5% per year.
Yeah,
So this would be 2.5% per year. It'd be half the amount.
that's, yeah,
For a total of a 5% increase.
yeah, which I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, is my mic still on? Here we go. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, I agree that I think 5% a year, every year in waiting. I think the city of Chino hasn't raised their rates since 2008, if I remember right. It's been a long time. I mean, it would be pretty, I don't think it'd be an astronomical rate increase, but I can go either way on this issue. I think, I agree. Costs have gone up, gasoline. I went to get a hamburger the other day, and I think the prices were $8, $9 a hamburger for a takeout. And I was like, what? I thought, costs have gone up, so I think I would probably be in favor of the 2.5%. I think that's fine. That's it.
Director DeMonico, any comments?
It's just a comment, those of us that are retired still do work. So, just to let you know, I don't sit at home watching Judge Judy all day long.
No,
Most of the time.
no,
Oh, no, it's Judge Joe.
no shade sent at you, John. That wasn't intended you.
Okay. Just a point of clarification with the clerk. So have you calculated out what that would,
Yes, so the, for 5% over 2 years, it would be 183.86.
$8 a meeting.
0.86? Okay. So what Mike has suggested is the 5%, which would bring us to 183.86. All right, if there's no other comments, look for a motion.
That's my motion, to increase it, to 183.86 per meeting.
Okay, and I'll second his motion.
And also, I'd just like to remind the public, that, we're capped on that, only 10 meetings per month at a maximum. Most of us don't do that, and, even if we have 3 meetings in one day, only one counts.
Yep. Right.
So, but yes, that's my motion.
Okay, so we have a motion by Director Krieger, a second by Vice President Ramos Evinger. We'll need to do a roll call voice vote. Director DeMonico?
No.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Director Krieger?
Yes.
Vice President Sarah Ramos Evinger?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. Item carries 4 with 1 no. Okay. We'll move on now to the fire chief's comments. Chief Williams.
Thank you, President Luth. Under Board Activities and Public Relations on January 9th, board members and staff attended the ambulance RFP workshop with CAN Fire Admin Committee meeting discussing our upcoming ambulance venture. It was very well attended. Also on January 9th, myself and several board members and staff attended the Chino Hills City Council meeting. Again, thank you to the from the support of the City of Chino Hills for our station venture. We really appreciate the support. On December 15th, attended the City of Chino Hills Boat Parade. Also on December 15th, they had the Chino Neighborhood House Christmas Party event. On December 20th, fortunate enough to attend the Ontario Fire Chief Ray Geick's retirement luncheon. It was very well attended. On January 6th, the Chino Valley Fire District Union hosted their holiday party. It was very well attended by many staff members, board members, and some local dignitaries. Under Human Resource Update, fire recruit / firefighter paramedic, we have a total of 76 applicants currently, and the process is currently closed. Fire engineer recruitment closes on February 1st. Fire Battalion Chief, we have, the application process has closed. We have 5 applicants. Fire Apparatus and Fleet Mechanic, we have interviews this Thursday. Fire Inspector candidate, we have a candidate in background, anticipating a start date of February. And Office Technician, we have several candidates in background, anticipating also a start date in February. Upcoming meetings, January 11th, we have the Confire EMS, which is tomorrow, EMS Subcommittee meeting to discuss our ambulance venture. On January 16th, we have a Confire Board of Directors meeting. Also on January 16th, we have the Chino City Council meeting. January 22nd, we have a Legislative Committee meeting. January 22nd, Finance Committee meeting. January 23rd, Confire Admin Committee meeting. Again, on the 23rd, Chino Hills City Council meeting. And January 28th, myself and several board members will be, between the 28th and February 1st, be flying to Washington, D.C. to meet with legislators to discuss several items of interest for the fire district. Under Confire items of interest, during the ambulance RFP workshop, Confire discussed their county ambulance deployment plan overview and is now accepting applications for the executive director. And finally, I just want to report that we will be donating our 53rd AED and 416th trauma kit as part of our Fire Foundation. That event will take place on Tuesday, January 16th, 10 to 8 at Turner's Outdoorsman at 4200 Chino Hills Parkway, Suite 600. And I think a special appreciation should be extended to Chino Valley Lions Club. They were the one that donated the AED and the trauma kit, so we thank them for that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to Director DeMonico.
Going to be kind of short tonight. Not a lot happened after our last meeting other than Christmas and New Year's and lots of vacations, but a couple of things. I want to congratulate Jeff on his 30 years and Pete on your 30 years and your retirement. So enjoy your retirement. They're hard earned, but you earned it, so enjoy it. Just one little comment with Confire. Confire, our last meeting, established a committee to review and make recommendations for board policies and a number of things. And to keep it brief, I'll just leave it at that, and I'm chairing that committee. Other than that, no other report.
Thank you. Director Howie.
Yeah, congratulations to our honorees tonight, 30 years, that's a long time, that's a lot of effort, and it's great, I think it's fantastic. And after I attended a lot of the meetings that the chief had mentioned, and after about the middle of December, things finally slowed down, I got to rest to the end of the year, so had a nice vacation season, that was nice, because it was 2023 was a busy year for us, we had a lot of stuff going on. I think it was a very productive, successful year. And so now I'm just looking forward to my second year on the board for this year. I think we're going to have a lot of great stuff this year, too. We've got some very exciting things happening in '24. So looking forward to that. That concludes my comments.
All right, thank you. Director Krieger.
Yeah, I apologize for not being there in person tonight, but congratulations to Jeff and Pete for their accomplishments in retirement. It's fantastic. It's great to know them, and they're just great men. I attended all the same things everybody else did throughout the holidays. It was, as everybody said, a very busy time. But looking forward to 2024 and the great things to accomplish, and really looking forward to the station grand opening and to get the ambulance contract up and running as well. So it's going to be a busy 2024, and looking forward to it. That's it for me tonight. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Vice President Ramos-Evinger.
Okay, and I too attended a lot of the meetings at Boat Parade. I had my last City of Chino meeting in December, and now I have been moved to the City of Chino Hills. So I'll be missing, maybe I'll have to come visit over there because I enjoy the meetings over there as well. Our agenda review, everything that we discussed is on the agenda this evening. The Fire Safe Council meeting, and Charlie's continuing to, I know he didn't have anything to say, but he's continuing to steer the boat for the Fire Safe Council, and we appreciate that. There are some major funding issues that we are running into, which is a huge concern. So the council, we're gonna go out and try to find some revenue so we can at least just pay basic utilities as like our insurance, which is necessary for us to have just to host our some of our just regular events that we do throughout the year. And the Fire Ambulance Workshop, that was very well done yesterday, and I'm really glad I was able to attend that, and as well as everybody else, congratulations on our service award and our retirement tonight, but really looking forward for 2024 for our fire station and our new just a lot of good stuff. There's always awesome stuff going on in the fire district, but this year is going to be even more. So thank you.
All right, thank you. And yeah, like everybody else, a lot of the same things, the boat parade, Chino council meeting, airport commission, agenda meeting, chief meeting. The union dinner was great. Appreciate the invitation, appreciate the opportunity to go and have a little dinner and enjoy everyone's company there. The Fire Ambulance Workshop, yeah, that was very well done, very informative, and looking forward to how this continues to move forward. A lot of work is going to be necessary there, of course. Chino Hills, the council approval last night, again, thank you very much. We appreciate the support, all this staff support, and here we are, and we're so excited and looking forward to bringing that project to completion here. And yeah, I would also like to congratulate Captain Brady on his 30 years and Captain Morales on his 30 years and his retirement. I did ask him, I was remiss in not asking if he wanted to speak, so I asked him, once we come back, would you like, he said, no, he's got a little laryngitis, he really didn't want to. So I got to get better at this, and I will. But yeah, that would end my comments, and we will now need to move back or adjourn back to closed session. Is that?
Correct, President Luth. So the regular session component will be adjourned to the next regular meeting, and the board will re-adjourn to the closed session listed and provide any reportable action tonight, and I would say at the next regular meeting as well, just for additional insight.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, everyone. We are now going to go into closed session.